Are we ready?
All right.
That being said, we'll open up the meeting. Kelly?
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Thursday, August 7th, 2025, 14th day of the July term. Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. 9:01 a.m. Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. Minutes from the Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. The closed minutes from the Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures from the following departments were approved to be paid: payroll, court administration, 27th Circuit Treatment Court, assessor, sheriff revolving, inmate security fund, road and bridge, law enforcement, GR, general county government, collector, circuit clerk, special elections, buildings and grounds. Collector's report for the month of July were reviewed and were approved. Add-ons and abatements for the month of July were reviewed and approved. Commissioners discussed the public hearing to set the 2025 tax levy for Henry County and the Senior Citizen Service Tax Board. The hearing is set for August 26, 2025 at 10 a.m. Commissioners reviewed an email from Ivan Schrader in regards to the hearing for case number 25 AGCC 00014 tomorrow, August 8th in Cass County at 2 p.m. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, attended the meeting. He shared final documents for the soft match money request for the bridge number 40018 off of Southwest 450 Road in Leesville Township. The request is for $53,755.06. Commissioner Stone signed the documents. He shared that the brush hog is in Big Creek and Honey Creek and moving east. He then discussed equipment. He shared that they got the one with the broken window back on the road, but the other machine went down yesterday. He is waiting for parts to fix the mower. Dennis shared that on the West Division road bridge they are working on has become challenging as they have hit slate rock and do not have the proper tools to bust the rock. Dennis had to buy a specific drill bit to bust through the slate rock, and that bit was expensive at $5,000. He then continued to update commissioners on the various pipe replacement jobs they are working on. Commissioner Bradley asked Dennis about 741 Road and 550 Road in Leesville Township. Dennis shared that the road Jake showed him was a private road and that the individual landowners would need to hire someone to put those pipes in. Jake asked about West Point subdivision. Dennis shared that the roads in the subdivision were county roads and not private roads. Clinton Township is in charge of maintenance of the roads within the subdivision. Booth Road was discussed. Dennis has been able to get a hold of the entire Fields Creek Township Board. He believes that Fields Creek Township needs to complete the project they said they would do on Booth Road. Fields Creek Township Board was discussed. Davis Township asked Dennis to talk with Commissioner Bradley to get a hold of someone with MoDOT as they are having problems with Southwest 701 Road and Highway 18. MoDOT stated it is off their right of way and not their problem. The landowner needs to be contacted to see what can be done. Mark Harden, Emergency Management Director, shared that they are writing the grant for the salaries and that things are operating in his office nicely. He shared he has issued 17 floodplain permits for 2025. Commissioner Larson asked about an RV park, Trainwreck 24 area on Highway 52, who was dumping their waste into a creek. Mark Harden shared that the RVs were in the floodplain and they needed to be moved. Also, they had never applied for a permit to put in septic where the RV park was located. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 11:03 a.m. Commissioner Larson seconded. Motion carried.
Make a motion to accept those minutes.
Second. Motion been made, second to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Bills.
On this Deer Creek, left Julie hooked the Deer Creek cart. It won't hit today because Rick's gone, so he can't push that through, but it'll hit tomorrow.
Yes, this Jim Stone, Henry County Presiding Commissioner, need to call and let you know on the West Central Conference. There'll be three of us there. Be myself, Jim Stone, Mark Larson, that's the north side, and Jake Bradley, the south side. Okay. If you need anything else, you can contact me at 660-351-1133. Thank you.
You stamp that one with your first
Mhm.
stamp. I zipped Maggie an email. It probably won't be
Huh?
any good. I did zip Maggie an email.
See what it says.
But I know she said you had to go
Yeah, the case,
to police today. Other meetings.
it says cancel. Mhm. How's your internet? Heard anything?
I do have an update.
Hmm.
Chuck had contacted him last week and said, do we have a timeline for the fiber install? The commission have been asking, and I'd like to give them dates, so I can stop telling them it just takes time. And they responded, Socket has a FOC for the drop to be completed on 9/8 of 25.
Oh.
After the drop, we will need to complete a friend splice. Just a guess would put us around the 9/15/2025 area, if not sooner.
Okay, that's good. Now we got something to look at,
You got something, okay.
talk about.
He can take a call now until 9:45.
Make a motion to go to closed session.
Get it?
I get it.
Do you want to do it? Get it done? Huh?
Scared away, Mark.
Did he take off?
He'll
He
be
was up there
back.
for a few minutes. Dennis hasn't been back too long.
There's a package in my office for you.
Okay.
Delivered by UPS yesterday, but I knew you were
Hmm.
on yesterday.
Heavy?
It's fine.
It's probably parts.
He's gonna take that gate down. He's gonna take that gate down.
Okay.
Got your chair?
Well, I'm probably still in the picture.
He knew I wasn't gonna yell at you. Just your legs. Do some fancy footwork there.
Mark, do you know if 1601 has been approved for rock?
I know
It
it's
would
called.
be in White Oak Township. Darwin called me this morning and asked me if I knew it was ready for rock, and I said, by
Nobody,
my standards it is, but I don't know if Mark's been up there to look at it or not.
nobody's even called me about it.
Okay.
I mean, I when we get done, I can run up there.
Okay, in between 300 and 400, I think it is, or whatever White Oaks Cart Rock Road is.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll go look at it and call you when I get done.
huh.
I'll go run and look at it after and I'll call you.
And then I think the other part of the Cart Rock Road was 220 over off of MM.
Yeah.
It's ready to be looked at too, because we got it all the dirt hauled off and then all the culverts replaced.
Yep, I'll go look at it.
And you can call me and let me know, and I can call him, or you can call him.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, they might want to call when they get those ready.
I don't know if he thought, because he's new to the board, I don't know if he thought I would call you as soon as I got done with all the pipes and everything or not.
Yeah, well, that may be if it's new. Yeah,
The,
Mike got that pull behind deal.
did he, that
Yeah.
maintainer?
Man, it looks nice. I mean, he was playing with it, I think, for a couple days because the roads look good out there. So apparently it works pretty. They were missing a set of teeth when they first got it, so they ordered them. I don't know if it's the front or the back, but they were getting them out. So it works well.
Well, you can spit that down. You
I
wouldn't
was
have
getting
to
ready to
run
say,
to
as
the
it
bathroom.
refills.
Sorry, I
Sorry,
didn't run to the bathroom already every 5 minutes.
I'll be good the rest of the meeting.
That's the time.
Only if it
What?
is.
I already got it for you.
I see that, and thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill her. Top her off.
Yeah, something's got to keep me going. Oh,
Ready?
Okay, so it's all you back now.
that's a dig at me, but
There's 2 pages to each one of these. You guys wanted me to check on extended warranty for that new
Yeah.
truck we just got. These are the 2 different ones that they offer. The first one there on the top, if you add all the stuff together, it comes up to $7,967. And if you look down through there, most of the terms on it, 60 months. If you look at the second one, which has got the red highlights on it, it's $8,689, but a lot of it's 84 months on the deal.
What was the
And-
first one?
79.67,
Thank you.
and then the second one was 86.89, which makes a difference of $722.
Kind of a no-brainer.
For an extra
And-
24 months.
For an extra year,
On most things.
2 years, 2 years?
Actually 24 months, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how,
But I mean, not all of it's 84 months. There's still like the air conditioning and the stair axle, drive axle. They're still all 60 months. But we don't need to have them today. She
Thank you.
how you doing now? You well now?
Doing good,
Good.
thank goodness. It took a while, but I'm doing good.
But anyway, them are the 2 quotes they give me. I'll let you guys look at them and decide if you want to go with either one of them or if you want to.
Is this through the company that you purchased it?
The company
Yeah.
that would be purchasing it to Custom One Trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
84 months, 84. Yeah.
And it's 84 months on some of them, but lower.
Yeah,
On
on
the
some.
miles.
Lower mileage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
In 84 months and 7 years, I don't see us putting 150,000 miles on it in the next 7 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, we run them, but we don't have them all over the road every day.
Really
No.
looks like the main coverage distance or difference where the money is going to be is the transmission coverage.
Mhm.
That's where the biggest difference is.
Yeah.
That's almost your $700 whatever dollars
Mm-hmm.
for 2 more years coverage. So
Yeah, that much trouble transmissions.
We haven't had any problems with any transmission.
Mm-mm. That's
The
what I
only
was saying.
thing is on the first truck we bought from them, the only thing we've had issue was with the ground wire on the air conditioner broke somewhere. So we had to have a mechanic just attach another ground to it, and
That's it.
that was it.
it's good.
But otherwise, the trucks have been up and healthy.
Probably let it go to the 84 month.
You don't have to buy extended warranty. What is your warranty currently?
Do what?
Do you have what is the warranty on it currently?
1 year.
1 year. Is this quote good for how many days is this quote good for?
I didn't ask him.
Hmm. Years. Steer axle and drive axles. That'd be good. What do y'all thinking?
I think that's your best deal.
I'm with Mark.
Huh?
I mean, if you're gonna go with an extended warranty, I think that would be the one I would go with.
If you're getting $200 more,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
2 years
It's
more
not-
for $700 more dollars.
$200, that's pretty cheap, pretty cheap insurance. Do we want to do it? I mean, you gotta look at the investment.
How much was it total? Eight something.
86,
86, 89.
Your budget's not gonna be an issue with it.
Well, my budget's
Also
not
a
hurting,
question.
but
I was also
I
a
was
question.
hoping
Is
this
it
might
in your
come out of
budget?
Kelly's budget.
Ain't coming out of my budget.
My budget's not hurting.
I think it's a good idea.
I'd probably go. Main reason, I mean, you're talking about a heck of a nice truck. You gotta keep it
Keep
up
it
in
up.
shape.
Yeah.
If you, cause you gotta remember, you're not gonna buy a new truck next year.
I'm not.
You ain't trading one.
See how you work out your
I
budget.
think you've been
Or
forward.
you will have, you're gonna have trouble with your budget. Okay. All right, any motion?
I'll make a motion that we do the one with the red.
One with the red.
The one in the amount of $8,689
Thank you.
to approve the purchase of the extended warranty in the amount of $8,689.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to buy the extended warranty for the new dump truck for $8,689. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Okay, then this is the Southeast 450 bridge in Leesville, Kelly. I went and got the release forms signed yesterday. So there's your guys' copy. That's your copy, Jim. If you guys go ahead and let Jim sign off on the release forms, and then we can put that bridge totally to rest. That was the other
Get this
landowner.
approved today so that I'll have something showing you guys approved that today. That's just
And then that's your other copy, Jim. And then this is the copy that will need to be signed.
Good? Yep. Good? Good? Good?
Good.
Good, good.
Are we excited?
Get the name? Give your name.
You need to put a date in there too, Kelly.
I can't hardly grab anything later.
Now, Kelly, I'll stamp these downstairs and leave your copies on your desk.
I'm gonna keep these names and these minutes real quick.
We went last Thursday afternoon and picked up our drill that we were using on the 308. Went out there Friday and it's been working great. We're right through that shell.
Yeah.
Deal.
So
Well, shit.
it was a wise investment. I mean, it's not the first time we've ran into the shell rock. It won't be the last, but I'm thinking I can claim it on my soft match bridge, so that'll help out with some of the expenses
Cost.
down the road.
Yep.
So anyway, I told you about White Oak. I don't got anything for you. Jim, we found
You did
3
that.
trees.
did
out
something
there
wrong, man.
by that bridge.
Yeah.
That we're gonna have to take out.
Oh, well.
All three of them are willow trees, and they
Went over.
matter of fact, the white straight truck was even hitting it. It was
Really?
hitting the cab of the white straight truck.
Hmm.
So,
They're coming all over.
so if it's hitting the cab of the white straight truck, it's hitting the trash truck. So
Where's that at?
it'd be out off
Well-
of Northeast 581 Road in Deer Creek. It's got 3 trees. There's the vines and everything.
Oh.
Just weighted them down. I've got one. I got one out here in Davis too, but like I said, I just gotta wait till we get time to drop
'em
them
out of
on
there.
trees and get them
Right.
picked up, pushed back in the brush.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mark, you got anything for me?
Mm-mm.
Jake, you got anything for me?
Talked to MoDOT, Brittany, for what's that road across from TIOS 701?
401.
401.
401.
Try to, since it's not on them, it's on us, but it overhangs onto them. And she didn't understand it was the motor grader. I can't see. So when the message got relayed
Oh,
to
you're talking after your
Yeah.
701.
701. Okay, sorry. We're going to try to work together somehow or another. I'll be in contact with her to get more information on that, but it is in the process of trying to get something done. Then we talked about Booth and 7. You talked to Greg.
Oh, Greg, yeah.
Talking to Brittany. Going to look into possibly getting a sign put out there on 7 Highway to warn truck traffic or to tell truck traffic ahead of time. So that it's in the process as well. No answers yet, but you might possibly be getting a phone call from them.
Yeah, and since you're talking to these higher people with MoDOT, you might spring on to them that we still need to get something done on Northeast 500 and Y Highway, where those semis are having to pull out on the Y Highway and back up to take back off again.
That's right. I forgot. Didn't you say something
Hmm.
when we
I
talked
talked
about
to
it?
a guy with I talked to a guy with traffic, and he said that they could possibly put up a no left turn, but that's going to be for all traffic. So everybody have to go south before they go north. But on the other hand, he said that they could eliminate it and reroute traffic around to 600. And if that happens, then I got to widen 2 intersections before they get to their 600. And I talked to the local supervisor out here, and he said, it's their problem. We're not going to address any of it because it wasn't a problem until they went in there and put the meg barns back in there. So
Put the what back in there?
egg barns, the
Chicken.
chicken
Oh,
barns,
chicken barns.
What road is that, Dennis?
500 and one highway, Northeast 500.
Thank you.
They'd already done something.
And that's
And that's going
Springfield
to be in
section.
Springfield.
And they trimmed the bushes and stuff.
Whereabouts
And
does 500 come out on? Why? I can't remember. Right there
you
before the
break,
bridge.
as you're headed south past Waffles,
Uh-huh.
you break over that
Yeah.
hill and you got Mochels that live right there.
Yeah.
That's 500. It goes right back to the west right there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then if you go across that 1-lane bridge, 480 goes off to the east. But
Can
the local supervisor out here says they're not going to touch it. They're not going to do anything. If they want to go through MoDOT, buy a permit or get a permit and buy whatever it takes to fix the problem, the citizens can. But it wasn't a MoDOT problem beforehand, and they're not taking it on now.
can the township put up a
Sounds
sign
right.
as long as it's back off of?
According
like
to
if they put it,
according to traffic division with MoDOT, no.
how do they
Yeah.
control the county road?
Because it's not enforceable. You cannot put signs up that are not enforceable.
what makes it unenforceable?
You gonna have a cop out there 24?
Well, you're gonna put a sign out here on 7. If we do that, you're gonna have a cop sit there 24/7.
I'm not setting that. I mean,
Well,
I'm
no,
not putting up no sign out there on 7.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, enforceable is kind of in the eye of the beholder here.
But they just told me
Yeah.
you can't put signs up that ain't forcible.
It's easier to enforce it over there at 7 Booth than what it is out there in the middle of the country, though.
True,
That's
but
gonna
it's
be the
gonna be,
hardest
it's gonna
part.
be done by the same people. It's gonna be done by the sheriff. And the
So,
first, and
Or
if
City of Clinton.
first couple of times that you catch them, they're done.
I don't know.
So,
They'll be done.
and I talked to the guy that's been complaining about this intersection and stuff, and he don't want to hinder the people that's in pickups and cars and everything because they're gonna have to take that no left turn too.
How come you can't put no semi left turn? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where they're drawing the difference, and
Call traffic and MoDOT and
because it seems like
somewhere
It's-
else.
I will
it's
have
our
to be-
roads. MoDOT has nothing whatsoever to do with our roads.
It's our road up to a point, then it becomes
80
their
feet.
right of way.
80 feet is their right of way. So if we put that sign back 200 yards, even if you put it back where you pull out of the chicken place, 20 feet, they know they can't go that way.
So
I mean, that shouldn't have, the MoDOT shouldn't have crap to say about anything
To
like
me,
that.
if I seen a no left turn sign back there by them chicken houses, it's telling me I can't pull in that driveway, so I'll go on down to the intersection and make my left turn, and it's not forcible.
Well, I mean, anything's not enforceable
You
until
gotta,
you enforce it.
you gotta think, Mark, in order to enforce a rule, you gotta have that sign so close to the intersection or so far from the intersection, so it identifies that that turn is for that intersection. You can't put it back 3/4 of a mile with 5 or 6 driveways in between there.
Well, that might be stretching it a little bit. There's not a
Step-
road.
Step next door and ask the judge how he'd rule on it.
How's everybody going to rule when somebody pulls out there? Is MoDOT going to say, "Oh, it's not our fault that we didn't do something about it," and some young kid gets killed hitting one of those semis?
I'm
I'd
just,
probably tell you, MoDOT's liable to tell you that. Unfortunately.
I mean, this has been brought up to MoDOT. They're going to be the number one suit person in this because they got deeper pockets than we do. But I mean, and I've thought about calling his supervisor down at El Dorado or down at Preston and talking to Jason and seeing if we could work something out, get something done. Whether we put in an 80-foot culvert across the road, that way they can use that whole shoulder to make that turn, or something that something needs to be fixed and something needs to be resolved. Moving it from this intersection to this intersection, I don't think that's going to solve the problem. It's just moving the problem. Especially if MoDOT's not going to do their end of the deal and help on fixing the problem. I mean, whenever I went and done 300, the Mennonite guy got the permit, we done the work and supplied the material to widen that intersection. And of course, I had to work under the MoDOT permit and, had to have it inspected and everything before they signed off on it. Once they signed off on it, it became their problem. I mean, if we wanted to do that again, we could, but it's just digging in my budget.
Out there,
Do what?
Bob's out there. That's what we done. They had to pick up the pad.
They had to do.
Bob done it all.
He done it. He paid for everything.
We had to
out
pay
there,
for
but
it. We wouldn't. And MoDOT said no. But if he wanted to pay it, that's what we had to do it. You had to go back and you had to go up in front so far, dig out. It had to be 5 inches deep, I believe.
8 inch.
8 inches deep, all the way back. And that's on weight. And then he had to sign a paper. He is now responsible for that area from now on. MoDOT will not touch it. If something happens to concrete, he fixes it.
That's out there, but
So,
Out there,
so
butts on, white,
this is a learning experience for me.
yeah.
So
Right.
MoDOT can tell us what we can do on our roads.
when it comes to their intersections, I guess so.
See, it just seems like, I mean, I get they're 80 feet, that's theirs. That's where it stops. I mean, I don't know how they could tell us what to do on our roads unless, like I said, it's within that 80 feet.
I'm not disagreeing with you one bit.
I mean, it's just, and I'm just gonna throw this out there, so them just saying that this is what we say, whether it holds water or not, it's never been tested.
I mean, that's just like out there at New Piper when they was wanting to put the no or
Noise ordinance.
noise, whatever. They wouldn't let us do that either.
See, I don't
because-
think, I'm gonna tell you, because I looked into more of that, they actually have no authority whatsoever. You could put that sign further down on our county road. MoDOT has nothing to do with that at all. I looked it up, all sorts of stuff.
So I,
Because I took it for what you had said because that's what they told you. But you also got to remember, just because somebody says something doesn't make it.
of course, they could have been thinking it was
They'll
going
take-
out there on the highway too.
Exactly. See, that's
That's
the
what
other
I
side.
thought was going to go on the highway.
That's where I that's how I was told to see about putting it out there on 18 and K.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it on the.
Well, that's where
It's
your semi-traffic's at,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're turning.
on on
We're
K.
talking about this out here on 18 and K at New Piper, where the noise ordinance was supposed to go into effect.
Yep. Morning. Okay.
I mean, to me, that was set
That
up.
that
okay.
is both
I told
highways.
him, yeah,
Yeah. So
That
and
was
they do have control.
MoDOT, if you got a sign on their right of way,
Yeah, it's there. I mean,
they'll take it off
right.
if they don't want it. I mean, that's the way. Well, it's like your political sign.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on the MoDOT's right of way. You
Yeah.
better remove it or
Yeah.
it's gone.
But I'm just saying, by the NUTCD, which is the Municipality Universal Traffic Codes and stuff, if you want a left turn at this no left turn at this intersection, that sign has to be back like 300 feet from this intersection. If you put it back 3/4 of a mile, that sign's no good. It's
Right.
not forcible.
Well, I mean, 300 feet, you're 220 feet away from.
So,
Yeah.
but you know,
No, I mean, trust me, I get it. It's a pain, but it just seems like the, you know,
I'm trying to
Well,
please the person that brought
Right.
this to our attention, and he don't want that kind of sign put up there because then that hinders everybody out there that comes down that route.
so you can't make it just for semis.
the township may be able to if they did a
Ordinance for it.
passed an ordinance, because that's what'll have to be done for Creek Road, even if the sign goes out on it too. I
You guys-
believe that's how
It
Randy
is,
and I
it
have been
is,
talking
yeah.
about it.
And my advice on that there, the township needs to consult a lawyer because you are talking about stuff that is out of my control, out of my hands.
That's fair.
Because if they make it for semis only, then you could be discriminating against some sort of business
Yeah,
somehow.
That's getting beyond what I know.
Yeah.
Wait, but that's
I
probably
mean,
not
that's
a
just
bad
a-
idea to
I mean, I
check
wish
into.
that MoDOT would just out here we play a little baseball and let's get the problem resolved so anybody can get out on the road. And because if we divert traffic back the other way, I have to widen 2 or 3 intersections of mine before we get to their other intersection. And if they're still not playing ball when it gets to their other intersection, then I'm stuck widening that one or widening this one. And if I'm gonna widen one, I'd rather do this one. That way I'm not having to widen all these others on county roads.
Makes sense.
And I don't catch and I don't pitch. I'm not fielder.
Designated hitter, right?
Well, slow pitch softball, they didn't have one then. I couldn't hit them fastballs.
So, slow pitch is tough.
Slow pitch. Did you get my letters in, boss?
No.
Guys gonna be disappointed in you.
I'll follow up on that this morning. That's what I said.
Anything else? Anything else?
No.
You started this mess. Finish it.
Okay.
Oh God, you just opened it up.
Actually, no, I don't. I can't even think of a question for you. So.
Jim,
No.
Kelly,
Don't forget you have a package in my office and
Yes,
pick up
ma'am.
your red folder.
do what?
Your red folders, it's still down there.
Okay. Thank you, bosses.
Have a great day.
Thanks,
Every day's
Dennis.
a great day. Some's just better than others.
I agree.
We got Mark in here now. Right on time, Mark.
I'm always on that.
Get a new shirt.
No.
Yes.
I was gonna say that sucker
Hey.
is bright.
It's nice looking.
Yeah.
They change shirts like they.
I like purple. That looks good.
I love her.
Oh. Hello.
But yeah,
Yes, it is.
talking to Brittany,
Yeah.
There was a little
Yes, Kaylee. I was just
reluctant
gonna
on
tell you,
the sign
for
on
the
the
West
road
Central
until I mentioned
conference, we'll
possibly
be three of us. there.
the township passing
All
an
right.
ordinance.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
things like that.
I think
We
we're
could
gonna
probably make
call
that.
that. Hey,
Sorry.
I think the women's have
Well, that's kind of what Dennis
All
talked
right.
about.
Thank you very much. All right. All right. Bye-bye.
I mean, they had a good point. I mean, with the sign, the trucks have got to listen, actually follow the rules.
Yeah.
But having something out there makes more sense.
Right.
Gives a basis, I guess, if you will. And I guess I should have talked to Dennis about the weight
Well, the
signs.
thing
But
is even if, say for a week, they were in a sheriff around there, okay, I mean, not full time or anything, but just enough. Once they stop 2 or 3 people,
yeah.
it's gonna decrease.
Well, like I told them, I
tremendously.
said it's not coming off 18 going to 7. It's 7 going to 18 is the issue. And it's like, well, we get too many signs out there. I said, I understand that. I said, we've got to do something because if we put it out on our road, then they're committed.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah. So talks are
Yeah,
started.
I don't know who Greg talked to.
Brittany,
Was that who it was?
yeah,
I kind of figured.
yeah.
He said he couldn't remember her name. He said
Yeah.
it earlier in the day, and then I forgot it, and he called me back in the afternoon.
Brittany's kind of new, but then she was off for pregnant.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, she's getting
Tom.
caught back up.
Now she's back. But I think she'll be a good little gal.
I think he tried to call Stacy. There was
I don't know a
another one, too.
Stacy.
Yeah.
Stacy's up in my other office
There may have been a Stacy there the other day. But
meeting.
yeah, at the meeting. Like Brittany said, she's new to this part. She came from traffic, so it's all a learning basis, and she's got to rely on information from other people just as much as we do. And trying to get something done.
But at least, yeah, it's headed in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. And they talked about a bunch of stuff.
We're ready for Mark. He's ready.
I'm ready.
I don't have anything.
So you need an answer for your proposal by Friday.
Yeah, we have to have that.
By Friday. Sorry, you have to have the paperwork turned in by Friday. So. I think he needs to talk to you.
Huh? Who's that?
I can't see.
Chris.
Oh, God.
See,
Yeah, you're good.
I can everybody reacts that way.
Everybody looking. Couldn't figure out where.
I couldn't see who you were.
Yeah, I know
I
that.
couldn't tell either.
Have you guys given any more thoughts to the third floor courtroom? Because I need to get that going if we're gonna do it. I've got a window. You know.
Oh, I thought we said go for it.
Oh.
Well, I thought we did.
May not have gotten related
See?
to you.
Well,
That
You was
so
good with
easy.
that, right?
That was too easy.
Before they can change their mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna ask Kelly, did we
Well-
decide on that, or was that just something we talked about?
And we talked about it, and then you guys were saying, well, if he's going to do that, he might as well do the
Yeah.
other stuff. And then we talked about
Well, I
how
can
those
start
people
working on the
don't.
other stuff. but I
Right.
need to do something on this if we're gonna do it in October. And we only got a week. We can work on the halls anytime.
Did we get a
Courtroom, you gotta do it.
To do
We-
which part?
Cause they'd probably
Classroom
just,
or courtroom.
Yeah, I
Courtroom.
couldn't find the paperwork on who you got for the
Yeah,
air
Grid
conditioner
Works-
and then the grid.
Works and,
Good works.
and yeah, we did. We'll have to bid it all out, but you're only gonna get so many people. So sorry.
I think you just got the thumbs up to do
Okay.
what we
Yep.
got to do.
Man, now I can go work on something else. Thank you.
he's already done, didn't know it. Said you was already done, didn't know it.
If I'd known it was gonna be that easy, I'd have did it last week.
I think we was talking about it and we got sidetracked on something else.
It was because we was hiring a company to do this, and then there needed to be a company to do sheetrock, and that, so that's where we kind of got, and it just kind of got. Oops.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I need a new space heater in my office. My space heater broke.
It's August. I'm not there yet. We're 12 days in, and I'm still in July. It's August. You don't need a space heater.
The
space heater.
Your pants today.
I got pants and a sweater.
Downstairs?
Oh yeah.
Is it
We got
cold
the-
down there?
We got the thermostat in our office, so we gotta keep it cold to keep everybody else lukewarm. What else have we got? Being space heaters. Working with Aaron over at the sheriff's office.
What?
On where all their patrol units are gonna start having AEDs in them. All their officers are gonna be CPR certified. They're gonna start doing that yearly. So that's good news. AED should be in place next week when they get back from they're at the sheriff or police chief association.
To what?
Police Chiefs Association, Missouri Police Chiefs, TCA meeting.
You're going down there?
No, that's where they're at. When
Oh,
they get
I
back,
was
we'll
gonna
have
say.
those in place. I'm not, no,
I was gonna say, I didn't know what
they get
he was
shot.
gonna
I
do
don't-
down
I
there.
don't do bullets.
They use for a stun gun.
Kelly, my question earlier was going to be for Mark's request. Is that something we need to go into?
The only reason you can go into closed session is to discuss personnel as far as hiring, firing, disciplining. There is no special
Okay,
closed
good.
session that
No.
we'll go into regarding budgets.
Good. Thank you. I wasn't exactly sure on that.
I have a quick question about
Okay.
it. We have
Go
an
ahead.
AED in the office, and the last time I replaced the pads, I think was 2023. Do you know how often those expire? Is that something that you could check for us, like yearly? Just kind of set up a maintenance thing. So I think it's the only one in the courthouse on the
Are you
first
sure
floor.
you have one in there?
I do have one
I
because
saw
I'm
the
using
case,
it.
I've never seen it in
No, it's in there. But I'm not trained to use it. It was, hey, can we put this in your office? But if the sheriff's office on the first floor is trained to use it, we have one easily, readily available. But I would like to have it inspected, looked at.
there. We're gonna put one in the jail also over there. So they'll have one over there too.
Well, I changed the battery, and I think the last time I
Okay.
changed the pads was like 2023. But it's just kind of one of those things that gets forgot, and then I'm like, oh. So if you could.
I'll look at it on
Since
my way
you're
downstairs.
here in the building now, if you could plan to inspect that once a year sometime.
I'll look at it on my way downstairs.
Thank you. It's go through my office to the right, first window.
First one. I remember seeing the case in the window.
Mark, you got that for the next 3 years, right?
Yeah, they're saying they're gonna do it the next 3 years.
And that's to be split up amongst yours and your deputies' pay, right?
What's the total retirement?
20.
That's what?
What's the total of the grant?
It's 50-50 match.
50-50, but
Is there a max?
We're not gonna go crazy.
With how you got it here, you got like
we're gonna have to.
60 to 70. You hope.
That's an ask for the world. Hope for the best.
Okay, that's how I took it.
Yeah.
I better ask.
No. It's an ask for the world. Hope for the best.
Aim high.
Aim high.
Yep. Now, for the deputy director, this last year, he was not matched. So whatever we do for him, it's not going to be anything out of the counties, but more on the county's part. Does that make sense? Because he was not matched this last year.
Okay.
Only mine was matched.
Okay.
Because when at the time of the grant that we applied for it last year, one of the positions was vacant.
And it wasn't, we didn't have anybody to put in that slot.
So that's why it didn't get matched.
Okay.
But now that we have both spots filled, they'll be matched.
And as a deputy
Well-
director going full time,
Are you asking for a full-time deputy director?
I am.
Oh, we need a full time man. That's what, I'll tell you what, we're having a little problems on what all's taking place down there. Cause I kind of understood it a little different when we first talked about, Sebby was gonna do some mapping and doing that for addressing, or actually
Yeah, we're
addressing.
doing the sign.
Okay, and the addressing, but he is also going to do some on the addressing. That's when I understood it. And then we was going to put him full time.
Yeah, and I don't know where all this go. I don't know
See,
where all
that's-
that changed
Say, well,
because they got a full time person down there now. But
they're
we still
doing
do-
address.
They still do the addressing. We do the signs.
all we done is take over sign. You need somebody full time. That's what I'm
Not to
looking
do
at.
signs,
Really?
Have
Huh?
to do signs and
but
do the
But
rest
what
of the
else?
the
work.
rest of the emergency management stuff because now that we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing with the floodplain, I've done more floodplain permits this year than they have in the last 8 or 10 years combined.
Yeah.
And
That's 16, wasn't it?
yes,
That was
and
said.
that's probably not even a quarter of what should be done with the floodplain side of things.
Okay.
So last year the county paid
I wonder-
29.6 is what we actually paid out. That
For Mark.
covers for marking and subbing.
Subbies is not included.
Right. But that's the total outlay that the county had was 29,640, something like that. That's half of Mark's would be 20,800, and then we just paid the. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, I did that wrong. Add
20.
another $8,000 to that. What I said be about
Okay,
37.
37.
Yeah, 37 something. I cut subbies in half too. So
What's our budget?
You also need to realize that our budget year is January
Yeah.
to December.
We have to operate, that's what we're going to be working on.
That's why you've got to have it submitted because it goes from when.
Ours goes from June to
June, July.
yeah, or the state, I should say, the state.
But there's nothing, and don't take this offensively, Mark.
No,
There's nothing saying that he can't turn in what we've already approved for him for his
Yeah, that's what
his current wages. He doesn't have to have a new wage.
Right,
There's
and that's how
nothing
you
saying-
explained it to me,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, if you want to start January 1st, but we have to have it in there for the grant, and whatever we turn in, they will reimburse half up until that race goes into effect or whatever.
Right.
Okay, so we can continue on with it
Yeah.
like we are in the January 1st.
when
It
we
changed.
rebudget
Yes.
Then it
and figure
changes.
out what we're actually going to
Yeah.
do for wages in all departments.
But for the state, we have to ask for it now.
Right. But it's also just
But they're only
budgeted number.
yes,
It's
and they're
not
only going to reimburse what we turn in on our pay stubs.
right. So it doesn't matter if Mark requests say $100,000, but we only approve 75. They're not going to pay us 100. They're only going to approve
So if we go ahead and
what
approve
Mark
this,
wants.
we're good to go.
Be careful.
But yeah, they're only going to pay half of whatever our every quarter.
Only
we have.
half.
I don't
Yeah.
know what you're approving when you say when we approve. If we go ahead and approve this,
Sir, you didn't get that email, did you?
I do have it.
I'm saying I
looking
sent
at
it to you.
You
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
You
yeah.
did.
But yeah, so
So we don't.
As Mark may have shared out of his own voice, reach for the moon.
Yes.
So approving this, Jake, I don't think is what we. Sorry, Mark.
oh no, you
Want to
that's
do.
why I asked for the world.
Well, I guess I should reword this. Not exactly like
Right,
it's
but
presented.
as you
by any
said
means. So we don't
that,
have to be having a.
yes.
I'm a little rough around the edges.
No,
Bear with
no,
me.
no.
But just for the grant purposes, we have to.
Right. I understand. You certainly don't want to turn in your numbers from this year for the grant purposes, or you're tied to those numbers,
you're
and
tied
that's
to
all
those
they'll
numbers.
reimburse. I 100% understand that. I'm not trying to cut your legs off, Mark.
No, we need to move the counties. The county needs to move this to January to December fiscal year. But yeah, that's for y'all to discuss. But as long as you have me on
Where's
numbers
that?
by Friday. So I can get that turned in.
You mark off his budget.
You can. You say under the current cost sharing. Under the current cost sharing, they would a $60,000 director position would cost the county $30 a year, with the state covering the other half.
30,000.
30,000.
30,000. Yeah, sorry.
$30 a year. Go for it.
30,000.
I'll pay it.
$30,000.
Well, you got to remember, we gauged a lot of it whenever we started all this on that.
Come back what?
Well, when we first started back years ago, and then it's kept going up. And that's why we got to kind of look at where you headed here.
Well, all wages are going up.
Yeah,
so
like
you
you
can't
said,
say
that,
it
yeah,
wages
that
don't
had to
go
go back
up.
to the
There's-
courthouses.
There's no doubt
Same
about
thing.
that.
But
I'm not saying that.
my concern
We
is,
got to get,
yes, this is happening now. We may be locked in for 3 years. After that 3 years, wages are obviously going to increase. We've got cost of living, we've got inflation, we've got all of that.
every year it goes up.
Can we do this? Is this for the 3-year
No,
period,
it's
or
for
is this
just 1 year at a
for?
time.
See, they
Okay,
only do a
okay.
year.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good
1
question.
year at a time. But
Okay.
That's the way it is.
they're saying they got funding for the next.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to understand it.
But then if they come up next year and say they don't have the money, then that's where you're at. I mean, that can happen. They can have plenty and then it's gone. I've seen
But
that.
if they're signing a 3-year commitment,
They're not signing.
Mm-mm.
That was all verbal.
You'll have to
They're not
resubmit.
gonna sign. Yeah, we have to
Each
resubmit
year.
every
Yeah. Every year you have to read that.
oh,
year. They're saying as of now they have funding for the next 3 years.
I wasn't sure about that.
You
That's
wanna
why I
figure-
just thought I'd ask.
I'm
Kelly, to
trying
be safe,
figure
you
it.
want to figure it every year. That's what you got.
Well,
I hate to say
yeah.
it.
I mean, that makes
You can-
sense. I'm just trying to figure out how long they're required. What we had in writing. This is how long we have. Well, we don't really have 3 years in writing. We have 1.
Well, it's just like this last year. They said we had funding for the year and then they weren't going to pay the fourth quarter.
That's
Now-
right.
Now we are paying the fourth quarter.
That's why I'm.
I mean, they wasn't going to. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
It
there.
sounds great that
If they
they
get
say
cut,
3 years.
Guess
but-
what? You're cut right off the bat. Then you got to know where you stand.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like some of the other offices when they lose all their deal for one person, that's a person gone. Either that or you're going to find the money to pay it somewhere.
That's things you gotta think about. Uh,
Well, no doubt we'll have to talk it over,
oh, yeah.
discuss and discuss.
Hopefully more discussed, no cuss.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There'll probably be 9,000 questions
All right.
for me, because
I'll be in the basement. We're doing CPR classes for you. Y'all need to do CPR
I
certified.
do need to do CPR
classes going on in the
certification.
basement right now.
That's
I
not
need to
doing me
redo
any
mine.
good.
It's been quite a while.
I know a really good instructor.
I know, we talked about this. I want to do it, but not on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mark.
Oh,
So Mark, you make 41.6 a year. Is that what it is?
After, yeah, I do that. Well, no, it's 40. What was it?
I can look it up in just a second. I just
Is it 40,000?
middle
Wait
of
just a
something.
minute.
Sorry, I don't have that program up. Let's see in a minute.
Hold up here. I'm trying to get to it.
Mark, is Subby still doing the radio station too?
Yes,
If he goes full time,
Does he want to go full time?
yes.
And what's he gonna do about his radio station?
It'll be fine.
I say he makes this job work. He can do whatever he wants to on a sub.
Yeah,
his
I
own.
know.
Right.
I know.
$40,600.
40,600.
Hi, Subby. He said he'll keep his same hours at the radio station. He works at the radio station from 3:30 to 8 a.m.
3:30 to
That's when he goes in at the radio station.
Oh,
He's nuts. Love you,
that's,
Subby.
that's awful.
Yeah,
I
Subby,
know.
Does the man sleep?
man's
Does he ever
hardcore.
sleep?
Again,
Let's see what you said.
yeah.
My
He's
Yes,
able
sir,
to
if
do
he
it. That's
sleeps.
not my
I
question.
sleep. I'll sleep when I die.
That is
Sitting
probably-
Elliot there.
I show Mark annual at 43,056 is what
Okay,
we
so-
budgeted.
That's what was budgeted.
Mm-hmm.
How much? 43?
43,056.
Hey.
$43,056
All right.
hourly.
Yeah, you're-
I'm not
no,
in the
I'm trying
budget.
to find my budget.
43 what?
43,056. $43,056.
That's
There
what's
we go.
budgeted.
That's what
Pay
his
my
annual
wages,
budget
So, but
is.
that's not his actual pay.
Yeah, we budgeted a little bit more than
Yeah.
just in case there's just not overtime and stuff in there. Which I did sneak overtime in there.
I was gonna say
See,
that's the budgeted
56.
amount.
Are you salary or just
It is
Hourly.
hourly,
Okay.
so
You can
just
make me
depends
$1.
on what his.
56.
I would be
that's
worried
an
about
option.
that.
Okay.
And Subby's still considered part time here now.
Mhm.
How many hours is he getting, roughly?
24.
Well, we're trying to keep them below 20, but
Yeah, you're supposed to be at 20 or
yeah,
less.
we're staying around 26, 28.
Yeah.
Is he receiving, so are you receiving any benefits at part-time?
Neither
No,
one of us received.
by choice, Mark could
Yeah,
receive
it's
benefits. He
cheaper.
chooses not
No.
to receive
It's cheaper to stay with my wife than
Same here.
But Mark, he does have benefits that Subby does not. He has retirement and there's some life insurance.
I got life insurance. Don't tell my wife.
You've been bumming him off.
It's not what I
I want-
wanted.
What do you want?
I'm trying to do a budget report for just his office.
Here,
Well, I've got it. That's
That's
what we budgeted. That's not what's actually happening. I want to see what's actually happening.
oh, I couldn't find it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's in your
copy.
teams. You have a
Can you
budget
print
report. I'm working on.
Well, I'd like to have a copy, so we can figure it.
That is maybe
Somebody just sent
something.
me a text. It said if it helps with budgeting, you keep them part time, but just increase the hours up to 30 hours.
Oh, I don't have a problem full-time personally.
You're gonna get more bang for your
At 30
buck.
hours, he's gonna be a full-time.
35.
35, is that what it is?
35.
35?
You're gonna get more bang for your buck though if he's full time, actually out of the match by far.
Yeah, his match, no matter what, is not going
Right.
to cost the county because he's not matched at all right now.
Did you say you have gotten snow attack this year
I did when the tornado
in
happened.
May?
Yeah, that was not fun.
Is that
2 weeks.
was that May?
I did mostly comp time, but
It sounds like you was gonna say something.
Yeah.
I was just gonna look at the extent
He's
of it.
at
I think I
41,
did like
whatever.
6 hours overtime.
If we took him to that,
You know, if you were doing overtime
That's what
monthly or
we-
something, there would be a
just to
No.
count.
It was
a
just
You
pool to
put
make
him
you
and
salary.
the other
You know what I mean?
at
it was
full
just a
time,
tornado.
he's already at
Just
17,000. Paying that, they're gonna match that, so that's only $2,000 more. It's a total upcharge of like what? 8,000.
oh man, I don't want to do that. I started to print all
That's the one.
9,000 pages.
That's why I
there.
said you
I
get
just
more
want
bang
the
I know,
for
that's
it
what
with
I-
him at full time than you
Yeah.
do having,
I moved back.
because his, we were
I'll have to
already
look.
paying 17,000. And that right there basically is like 10%.
I know we had the regular budget.
And that's not baby steps. I said baby steps.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Here,
have,
this, look for
I
but that would be our total.
suggest baby
That would be
steps.
our total outlay. And now it's,
Yeah. With you.
Let's go all in.
Nothing is guaranteed.
what he said.
Let's go all in.
As you saw this year, nothing is guaranteed. They can yank that rug out from underneath us. At any
Yeah,
point in
you-
time.
Go off the high dive.
I know
Yeah,
that you do, and I wish we could, Mark.
So let me ask you,
yeah.
if they do pull it, say we do a year, and then they, or close to the end of the year, they pull it. Can we lower somebody's wages?
That's what I'm
Lower
thinking. You gotta
somebody's
be awful
wages?
careful about what you do, because you can't deduct once you get there. I mean,
You better find out what you can do and how much you can't.
If we can't
Goes on the
deduct, could we go to
You
part-time?
can cut
to-
hours.
Yeah, cut hours.
That's what you'd have to do.
I mean, to work around, it's
Right.
gonna have to be a give and take.
Right.
So,
You know, at that point, and sorry, Savvy, you might have to eliminate a
Right.
position.
Right.
You know, you might have to.
Right.
I mean, there are
where's
things
that?
that'll be hard. So,
See, here's it.
Hey, Mark,
I had a copy.
do you need an answer today, or if we give you an answer on Thursday,
there's a current
you can
budget.
still submit on Friday in plenty of time?
It's gotta be, yeah. I need it, if you can give me everything by Thursday. I got everything filled out except for the numbers.
Okay.
Now,
Somebody says he still loves you.
well, I'm not gonna.
He's so nice. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Hmm?
Also, while we're looking at emergency management, take into account that wages of personnel, that is not subbies.
that's the other,
That is the other,
so are we gonna get him out and back under?
we're
Scott.
gonna handle, yeah, we're gonna fix that at our amended budget. So I just wanted you to know that that number was not just subbies number, that was also including the other guy, so.
Okay. That's a sizable chunk of change.
This, I think Stubby's part has like 17,000.
Yeah, it's not. Mistakes were made in
The rest
the
of that would be just Jesus.
budgeting process there.
Like I said, we'll fix that.
Previous personnel.
I think they're gonna need some time. I personally do not feel like we're gonna have an answer for you today.
Oh, you ain't heard me.
Won't be today.
Yeah.
You probably have to explain.
So you might want to
look-
walk it down to her. I will probably get that mixed up.
Question.
I'm gonna look at it.
Okay. If they take him full time
Mm-hmm,
and Mark's whatever it is, 40,
right,
if we bumped him up to that, that is what we actually would pay.
right,
If you take something full time, paying him that is what we would pay, and that's only $2,000 more than what we're paying him now.
right,
But we get 40 hours.
yes,
This would be our total outlay. And if you were getting that guy,
out,
it covers.
right.
And that would allow like baby steps instead of $100,000.
Hey, you better be, I like to say, the bad thing about the damn state pulled the rug right out from under you in the middle of the year. And guess
Well,
what? Then what do you do?
Well, they did
We're
that.
faced with that every year, though.
Yeah.
That's the chance we take every year.
That's why you gotta, you
Well,
wanna keep babysit.
If they did, we could
I
either go,
believe that is baby steps. What Mark's doing.
Well,
We could
this
get-
is- when they told
they
us that
pull it-
well, when they told us they weren't going to fund us this first quarter, we both cut our hours.
yeah, well, I was gonna say,
Well,
we
see,
had
then
you cut your
all you
hours,
gotta
we'd
do is
have to
cut out.
some.
That's all you
We
do.
cut our hours because I want to make sure we don't go over
Right.
budget.
But I'm just.
But now that they say we have our
Well,
money, I'm
yeah.
back to we're working our normal hours.
Whatever, what figures?
It's like that
know.
event that Aaron
Oh,
had.
about what-
Did you all
I'm not. something
claim
wrong
that
with
as
it.
ours? That was just
Uh,
kindness of your heart? Would you normally collect that in hours?
Probably it is work related. Or something like that. Sometimes we'll leave early one afternoon and
That was going to be my next question.
They can
How does
juggle
that
their
work with the reimbursement if you work over your allotted for like overtime? or
so
whatever?
for overtime, once we agree whatever we the state match, they're gonna pay. So,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yep.
If we work a bunch of overtime at the beginning of the year and we reach that match, so they're not gonna pay.
Yeah, they're only gonna pay this amount regardless of what we work.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kelly,
What?
where did this come from? Here, from here. 52,000.
That's because of that person that was put into his office from the assessor's office. That's what I'm
Oh.
talking about. And you can't-
Yeah.
This isn't apples to oranges because the budget was
No,
not done
done right.
Yeah.
correctly to begin
No
with.
wonder.
Not that it was incorrect, it was just
Mhm.
muddied. It was muddied. Let me put it.
Definitely cleared up.
Yeah.
Cubby's Cubby.
Cubby.
I'm gonna start
Cubby,
calling him
what do you
Cubby
got?
instead of Subby. Subby's current rate is $17.08 an hour.
He's been called Sonny. That's what most people call him, Sonny. Somebody come up to me the other day and said, "Oh, you work with Subi?" I'm like, "Subi," and then I finally figured out he was talking about Subby. I've heard he's been called so many times.
Well, I was getting ready to say Subby's current, and I said Cubby's current instead of Subby's current. Sometimes I know English well. Mark's current rate of pay is $20.70 an hour.
Somebody, I don't remember who came in.
Pookie?
No,
I'm
somebody.
not going to call him Pookie. I don't care.
Somebody came in.
You
and
said
they-
27.
$20.70 an hour.
Okay.
Somebody came in and called him Jimmy. I'm like, "Oh, I can call you Jimmy." I met his mom a couple months ago, and
Mhm.
she's like, "Whenever you need Subby to do something, and if he doesn't want to do it, you just walk up and pinch him right here."
That was nice of her.
His mom and dad are nice.
I
I've known
I
them.
love her.
I've known many, many years. That's the only reason I went down there for Hardy. I want to talk to him.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yep.
But I'm running back to my hole. If y'all have questions, call me.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you for that.
Give him the radio.
I'm a more worthy recipient than myself.
These are based on 2080 hours. That's 40 hours a week, 52
Mhm.
weeks. So just.
So that other person down there is just Scott's person now. It's done, right?
He was always Scott's
It's
person.
just Scott's person, period.
Yes.
Okay. So all we're dealing with was emergency management, right?
With this that we're dealing with right now, yes, that's all we're dealing with right now. Mark, with your breakdown at this point, that would bump Mark up to $22.59 an hour, $22.60 an hour. I didn't know if you'd figured all that, but I figured I'd just say that out loud so everybody was on the same page.
59,
And it would actually be $22.60.
60. Okay. And subbies?
I haven't figured his yet.
Okay.
And we're basing him on full time, right?
Okay, you're gonna give her 10%.
We're looking at 19.
Okay.
Pardon?
19.
Yeah, it should be 19.
Okay, now.
See, I thought I seen
where
that
we
right
be
there.
I
at
had it,
Some
I had it
place
written down
office.
someplace. I'm not sure where I put it.
What?
in courthouse.
You're gonna be what?
Where we're gonna be at on the budget for the courthouse.
You
The rest
can't
of them.
compare the rest of the
That's what I-
courthouse
yeah, but
with.
You gotta.
We do not have a chart anymore.
Okay, all right, okay.
You can't. Our starting pay right now is $17.08 an hour.
That's same as Bridge Farm.
Yes. And that's just a base. That doesn't
Mhm.
mean me as an elected
So,
official
no,
has to
I know
hire
it.
somebody in it.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say that didn't happen.
Well, each elected official can
Yeah,
As long as it's
choose.
in my budget,
Right.
as
it's
long
in
as,
my budget.
as long as you give it in the budget.
The
That's
base
what-
pay for the county
Bank-
right now is $17.08 an hour as a general
At
rule.
the end result,
That doesn't mean you're tied to that.
when we're looking at something, it's that bottom figure down there is what we gotta look at. I don't care what happens, cause you can juggle that. And that's what a lot of them done, cause they raise their office, then they put all that in salary. Then the next year, oh, we need to get our office back.
So
But
also,
didn't you guys give a 3%, 5% or something raise right at the end?
Yeah,
COLA raise.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So I will tell you what that's a 10, roughly 9 point something percent.
I mean, we also have to decide if that's going to include benefits, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because that's
right.
a separate line item.
Right.
So if that's
And
just the pay
That one,
plus the benefits and stuff, so when we budget on this budget, that's just the pay. The benefits come out of a separate budget line.
mhm.
okay.
So, but when we budget on the budget, when we're budgeting for the year, we include the
The
benefits, the FICA, all
But you
of
can't-
that.
You can't do that with every office, cause every single person's got a different avenue of what they do. If they wanna take more money home, they'll take the benefits.
Right. So, and that's just it. You have to include, this is what it would cost us if they took all the benefits.
So he's not, and he doesn't intend to take the benefits.
Right, and he
of it.
doesn't currently now,
Yeah,
but we still have to budget because it might not be Mark next year.
true.
So somebody could come in and take advantage of all of those benefits, if Mark was to leave
So you
us.
don't wanna get,
So
you don't wanna
have,
throw them in. Yeah.
Do what, Kelly?
you have to budget for those benefits even though he doesn't take, you can't base that
Okay.
on the
Yeah,
person.
no, nope,
You have to base that on the position.
right.
Does that make sense?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Now, the 2260 with benefits, right? That's where you're looking at it, right?
What do you,
The new figure, if he's looking at it.
No, she said that's not figuring in benefits,
That's
right?
not
That's-
figuring, see,
that's
that's no
not-
benefits. See.
right. That's what I'm saying. This
Okay.
doesn't, we're talking about hourly rate, not benefits. So this wouldn't be what it would cost for the one person. Cause this is just, I'm just breaking it down hourly by his number.
No.
Which is what I assume you intended.
Mhm.
That was the hourly pay,
Right,
not the
right,
benefits.
Right.
Roughly, do you have an idea of what it would cost to add on benefits?
Like for one person, I don't know what one would be.
Okay,
Like,
no worries.
Cause you'd have to be a
But I mean, if
single,
we,
you gotta add all that in. Depends on how long they've been here, you know.
Well,
I
if,
don't
for-
remember.
if for some reason
I know there is.
Mark, it's like, say we did this, and next year Mark leaves, gets fired, whatever. Whoever we hire in, we don't have to hire him in, what we're paying.
I'm not sure.
That's,
I think you're
I
correct
think I'm right.
because where it gets me confused is the grant period.
yes.
So it would depend
Oh.
on,
See, the grant's gonna play a big part to it.
but we're not, if we say on our grant, $57,000. Okay, that's what they're going to allow for us to have.
Right.
But if Mark turns in his sheet at
We have to
$43,000,
send it back.
they're only paying the
Yeah.
$43,000.
Yes,
If
and
they
then
have
I
that.
would think if that's the
It's
case,
a reimbursement though, isn't it? So it's not they don't give us a lump and then we work out of it.
No, it's about a month.
but yeah.
no, I
Is
think
it-
Mark
Oh,
said it
quarter,
doesn't matter
quarter.
once
You-
ever
You get paid once a quarter, Kelly.
they get the paperwork.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
Yeah.
comp.
So we wouldn't have any payback. They would only pay us that amount of what we actually did, but they wouldn't pay us anything over that
Over.
57. So I think yes, the answer to your question is yes, we could keep that employee if we knock them back down to whatever it was. Because they're only gonna pay us for this, but they won't pay anything over.
Right,
So you couldn't hire somebody in
right.
over
That,
the
that
amount.
makes sense.
And I'm just talking through that out loud because that's how I get it in my brain too, so. It's a reimbursement grant. It's not a we pay you this
Mhm,
much and then
that's
you
right.
spend out of it. So
Yeah, you have
We
to
have-
pay it out.
we have to take like copies of our timesheets, copies of their electric bills, copies of their phone bills, things like that, and then submit that to the state, and then they give us a reimbursement for that. So, much like the assessor's office. So.
Okay.
I will tell you, as an employee who has been here almost 20 years, if you do this, you're going to ruffle feathers. Sometimes it doesn't seem fair at the rate that Mark, the new rate that Mark is, which I understand is different. I have an employee who's been here almost 10 years and is barely making over that. FYI.
That's what,
Just
Well,
FYI.
yeah.
Yeah, yep. But
and then when they come
And,
up,
I totally get that, but it's like anything else. The only way things are going to can get better is somebody's going to have to start. Now, in saying that, the county, what we were talking about, Jim, the economic development guy, whatever, it's going to be a whole lot easier to make decent wages if the county has decent money coming in. So, I mean, it's kind of like a snowball effect. You know, yeah, I want to make good money. Well, in order for you to make good money, we have to get some type of businesses in here that are contributing taxes to where we're able to do that. So it kind of puts a little bit of an incentive. You know what? Let's get to stepping a little bit and not just kind of sit back and let things happen however they happen. I mean, I get the being upset, but you've
you
also
gotta
got to understand. I mean, what Mark gave us and that those figures. I mean, yeah, they're you know, with big counties, but I will tell you, you're going to have a hard time finding any. And I like you even said, Kelly, I don't know who you're talking about, but I would imagine if they've been here 10 years, they're probably a good employee. People need to be rewarded for stuff like that, or they're not going to stick around. I mean, that's the bottom line. And what you're going to, I mean, Jim, you know, you hire a guy for $10 an hour, you're going to get a guy worth $10 an hour.
right.
I mean, that's what it is. So it's, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. We need to be able to pay people a decent salary. But now it's like, okay, in order to do that, we need to push whoever it is, whether it's us three sitting up here, or if it's a guy over in economic development or whoever, we need to get this county moving and not just kind of hang out. And
You gotta
whatever
get
money we got
businesses
coming
on
in, we got coming in.
You gotta get businesses in here that
That's
are
right.
paying taxes.
That's right.
That's-
Exactly.
The thing
Exactly.
is, most of our businesses haven't been paying taxes.
They have what?
No, haven't. A lot of them, Compass, all of them are all tax free. Share and care. Everything, a lot of it. There's or some of that.
Well, there's got to
And
be.
nothing
I mean,
bad.
other,
It's just
you
stuff you
look
gotta
at
look
some
at.
of these other towns that are growing. There's something. There's a reason they're growing. They're doing something right. What that is, I'm not 100% sure because I honestly haven't been involved in any of that. Don't know a whole lot about it. But I do know it's no different than running. This government is or county government is no different than running a business.
Nope.
It is not. Some people run a business and they make enough money to survive, and they're happy and they're cool with it, and it's just, we're getting by, and they're good with it. And then you've got other people that run a business that are making really good money, but they're out there doing what they need to do.
You got
to
one
ensure
way to
that.
look at a business. Either you're up or you're down. And if you're down, you're going down. If
Right.
you're up, you go up. And that's the way you have to run any business in order to survive. Because just like right now, you got to charge more somewhere so you can get paid. So
Right.
you can pay your employees more.
Play your employees.
That's right. And I look at this just like some of that. You got to get money coming in. That's
Well,
where you
yeah,
go.
so as you guys just said, you've got to charge more to pay your employees, and that's
Right.
happening everywhere. That's economics.
right.
That's
Yeah.
okay. And then we
Accounting.
up the assessment, and then we're doing the things.
And we're
then-
doing things the opposite. What we're doing, we're
Yeah.
taking it away from.
Do it, guy.
The assessment, the only issue I have with the assessment is my assessment is being raised, the money, on unrealized gains. If I've got a house that I paid $80,000 for, and I get assessed for $200,000 for it, you show me where I've got that extra money. I mean, because that's unrealized gains is what that is. And the state did not do anybody any favors in doing
I was just making the point in that
that.
that's how we.
But
That's
I don't-
what we are
that's how
doing.
we
We are
somewhere-
progressing. We're
how-
getting
yeah,
money from that. That's how we pay our. The assessors fund brings in that money for the county,
That's right.
and then you've got people mad because we're. I mean, it's just a.
Right.
government is going to make. I've found this out now. Government is going to make everybody mad no matter what. You're going to have some people that are happy, and they're going to be happy for a short period of time, and then they're going to be upset about something.
I don't think that's government. I think that's just people in general.
Well,
We're
that is.
humans, because I can make half of the people happy as Kelly, and then I can make the other half of the people mad as Kelly. I don't know.
Yep. But we do need to do something about the growth factor. I mean, we really do. Whether it's Clinton, it's Windsor, it's whatever. Even Calhoun.
Deepwater,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it
Montrose, I mean, name all the smaller towns.
I just am preparing you for the
probably.
pushback from.
You'll have it in every office.
It absolutely will. I have been here for
Yep.
almost 20 years, and I was barely making more than that. So
That's right.
and it may be it may be a scenario. It's kind of like we talked about the cart money. Maybe
Well.
we take this office and maybe some other office and get their wages up or whatever it is, and then a year later you do the same thing with somebody else.
But if we was on a like a schedule or a chart, that would work. But
We're
but
not.
we're not, and because of that, then that office now has the freedom to do. We've budgeted this for your wage. They'll say, okay, well, the county gave everybody 50 cents, just as
That's right.
Right.
the commissioners gave everybody a 50-cent raise. Well, then the office holder themselves decided, well, that's not enough. I'm also going to give you 50 cents. So now that person is completely blown off the chart. Now they're making, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some office holders will hold to that and only do what the commission allows them to do. And some office holders will say that's not enough, and now we're going to give you this. And some office holders will.
See, I kind of agree with them though. I mean, if
Right, but you can never get on a
level.
level playing field like what
yeah.
you're looking for. You'll
You're not
never
gonna
get
be
there.
there.
I don't believe in a chart. I 100% don't believe in a chart. I feel like we should get merit and performance raises.
Exactly.
100%. That just doesn't.
Don't worry.
See, I got
Don't
paid
work
off
out.
of a chart one
Not
time.
county government.
It never went up.
County government.
It didn't make a difference what you did.
Yeah.
County.
See, I think I'm. That's why
That's how
I
it was
actually
here,
have a
Jake.
little bit of a
That's
problem.
how that was the basis of how the county has paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was we all started at the same number, and then that changed, and then it tried to go back, and well, that once you've
That didn't
changed,
work.
it's harder to
You
go
don't
back
change.
once you change.
Then you run in and just like
Uh,
all of a sudden they got grant money over here. Prosecuting attorney was the worst one, or really for years. As soon as it was, always wanted more money. As soon as the grant, and if grant went away, well, we pay it. Okay, I just raised it. Then, well, I need to hire another. Same type, it's percentages. You could. It depends on where you got to go, and like I said,
there's
at
just
the end of the
no
year, you got to.
cut and dry
Uh-uh.
stair steps, or there's just not. And I was just preparing you from. Cool, great, do it if that's what you guys want
Oh,
to do.
yeah.
I'm not saying
Just be ready
no
for that.
because of somebody else's feelings. I'm not saying that at all. Just be prepared
We're
for
gonna have every office.
the questions.
Is going.
That's the reason we own a union paint shop. And I will tell you, ever since, we've had guys that were like, I could send them anywhere, they could do anything. And then they had guys that you couldn't do that
Sure.
with, but they're still making the same amount of money. So, merit based,
Yeah.
we pay certain people more. And I mean, I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, if I've got an employee, or I even think the county has an employee, like in your office, and you've got somebody that no matter what happens, probably like Amy,
Mark,
no matter what happens,
I've done
you
that.
can get a hold of her. You know she's going to take care of it. What's that worth to you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. And then what it does, it makes the people that aren't doing their job quite as well go, well, hang on a minute, maybe I need to step it up, because I mean that's that competitiveness that brings excellence.
Drives.
Yeah.
It's a drive.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Actually, I had
There's a
conversation
little
about
difference.
this
The
with,
difference,
somebody
big
the other day
difference.
that works for
County
the county.
coming is different, a little bit, because you got fixed incomes that's coming in. Other than grant money, stuff like that.
Do all the offices like apply for their own grants?
Oh,
If
That's-
they're
if
available,
they're
they
available,
know to get them. Yeah.
So that's an incentive for, and like I
But a lot of offices don't have grants.
No.
Like that. So in my office, I get grants. I apply for grants, any grants that I know are available. A lot of times it's usually on the election side because that's what's out there. But it doesn't cover employee wages. It covers certain things
certain
like
things.
that you can. I've never in my office found a grant that would cover my employee wages except for any overtime that has to do with a specific election.
Okay.
So while they may have those types of grants in this office, they really
They
seriously,
don't
like a
have-
recorder of deeds office, they're probably not going to have a grant.
They
for-
have grants for digitizing their equipment, stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
That's
for
what they get
employee
grants.
wages. So
And a lot of the offices, that's the way it is. So you don't have that in like just prosecuting attorney, different ones like that. The check fund used to be a bad check fund, but we call it a slush fund. It has their own little pocket and they spend it. And that's just the way it was, and nothing bad. But that's some of the things you got to deal with. And in county offices, that's what you got to deal with is your taxes, your sales tax. Sales tax is really a big guideline for us too. Because if
you got to
sales
feel
go
what
down,
you're comfortable doing with
Yeah.
the money that's coming in. Obviously, it's the same way with the business. I mean, you're receiving
Yeah.
the same money, and you got to be
And-
comfortable paying your employees.
in county government, you can't just go to the bank and borrow money. That's the problem. We have to live on with our budget. We're like White House, just print more money. That's the way you do that. Just print it. Just do it.
If you
Go
can do
ahead,
that,
go.
print me off.
Yeah, could you make some extras?
Yeah. And we can't do that. That's the problem with us. That's what I said. You got to be careful about what you're doing because it can come back and you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do for the rest of it.
I have and always will be, even as a
Elected
county
official.
clerk, elected official. I
You're
will
gonna be an
and have
employee.
always be in the employee's favor. They're the ones who
Make it work.
run this county.
That's it.
Well, that's what I
Um,
told the guy the other day.
So I will always. I mean, not saying that they're always going to be right,
Right.
but I will fight.
Well, that's where I'm at. I've always been an employee. I've management never, so
Same. I've never, but I've been on the other side and said, well, why are they not looking at it this way? You know, so I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to bring it up. I'm 100%.
You know,
Should the
They're the-
employee make more than the office holder?
That's why I went to the other.
Hey, Jim, you know, sometimes I question
So-
that. Sometimes I question that.
Oh, I didn't hear what'd you say?
Should the employee make more than the office holder? You know.
I can't
Yeah.
disagree.
That's been brought up.
I mean,
I'm telling you, it's a lot
there's
of
times I thought I should have made more than the management.
That's right.
All I
Plenty
know.
I'll be brutally honest. But I've had some jobs where the employees made more than I did.
That's right. Mine is a lot of times.
I mean,
I do
hopefully
a lot.
That
it's only
That's-
happened a few times. Thank God.
But I mean,
but-
really, it
but
depends on what you're doing and
it-
what.
it's part of.
Take it.
that is also a irrelevant argument because
But a good.
employee or elected official pay is set statutorily,
Right.
Yeah,
whereas
We don't have any
employee
say-so in
pay
ours.
isn't.
it's all about.
But you're also, as the elected official, taking on liability that your employees don't
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Same thing as a business owner, you're taking on liability that your employees don't have. So I don't think that's really a
I see
valid
this-
argument. But there are times where I thought they should be making more.
yeah, there's a lot of things I don't know about that side, or they didn't know about this side, or I don't know.
I made less than my employees on an hourly basis.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I made more than they did gross, because I put in a ton of hours.
Right.
But if you were to.
Well, and
divide
you're
all
one
the hours,
person and you may have to
All right.
employees.
I made less.
But I
Oh,
will
for
always
sure.
try to be fair to the employees and put that I feel like they're the face of the county. They're who actually handles the issues, you know. So just FYI. You think I'm wrong, but
Budget could
No,
be
you're right.
improved. Like I said,
I'm not going to ruin the budget for that, Jim.
you gotta remember what the budget's gonna do.
Well, I understand that.
Well,
In your
that's the
case-
great thing about you're seeing both sides. You're seeing the employee side, but you're also seeing it from the budget
Well,
manager.
absolutely. I'm not going to
budget
be
officer.
Well, the
irresponsible with
bottom
the
line-
budget
bottom-
because I feel like
bottom
the
line's what's
employees
got it.
matter.
Well, I mean, I would love to pay people an exorbitant
Just like-
market,
Who wouldn't?
$100,000,
Who wouldn't?
but you have to work within the parameters.
Yes.
that you
Yeah.
have.
I'll tell you what, when you get in, just like I said, once we get into budget, and I've told the other commission, don't worry about the employees who work, because that's up to the office holder, whoever office holder it is, to worry about their employees. But then they have to fit in the bottom line, because they can juggle a lot of this other stuff to make it work.
But in this situation, this is your employee, Jim.
See, this
I'm not.
road
I'm-
and bridge.
This one.
Yes,
That's
this
different
one is my employee. I agree. That's where we.
because
That's why
we're
I'm
in
saying,
charge of the
You
pay
gotta
for
look at
road and bridge
that's what I
and
worry
emergency management,
And
to where
some of these
elected
things
officials
still
can
come
control their own.
to yourself.
That's
But your
the difference, right?
employees are different.
Okay, that's the way I've been.
That's where you got, and that's what I'm saying, as a commission and being over and off.
You know, I said I was
Right.
gonna make it through the meeting.
The bottom
It's just
line
not
is,
gonna
if you're going to give me $50,000 to spend on employees, I
course
get
it
to
is.
decide how I spend that on my
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
I get you.
I-
I get you.
And that in my case is the only thing we need. We need to look at the bottom line of that office. And if that bottom line don't match what
Sure.
we can pay, then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do, and I don't care.
Well, that's
Let them decide what they're gonna do with it. They can mess with these wages all they
Sure,
want.
Sure.
But just like in this office, that's ours.
right.
I can't help it.
That's the numbers that
yeah.
I put out there.
That's what I've gotta have. If I sign it, that's what I gotta do, cause that's what I gotta do is sign anything. And that's why I
Well,
curtail
like I
all
s-
three of them.
Well, like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
the numbers I put out there,
That's what,
I think it's reasonable. I think
Right.
Mark will be happy. I think
Well-
somebody would be happy. I think it
Yeah.
and it definitely is doable just if there was nothing else and you pulled that money from the guy, that extra employee out
Okay.
of there, you're golden.
Now, and now when we get into it, just like me, I look at all of the budget. I'm doing it because I'm down here at the bottom because you can juggle some there, just like here. $12,000 on computer and software.
Yeah, I
Every
can't.
year, you don't need to pay all that. I don't think.
Just also FYI, just because we signed these papers saying this is what, that could not start till budget year next
No.
year. Okay.
This won't start until
yeah.
I
next
just want
year.
to make sure we all
No,
understand.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
We don't jump in. This is not going to start. till then.
Also, add a full-time employee at 1708, which is our base rate, enrolled in insurance, FICA insurance, SURF.
Right.
It's $13,400 a year.
Another 13,000
For benefits.
for benefits.
For a full-time employee for a year, benefits are $13,400.
13,000.
So that put him right alongside Mark. What they'd be paying for
What?
on this. If you put that.
Yeah, you put that
put
13.9
that
on. Just
yeah.
think about it, because that's what you got to look at.
Well, that would be that. Like I said, that would be roughly what that figure is for Mark. If you had 13 grand to savings, you're back up there.
Well, then put Mark up there, because you're gonna have to put the benefits there.
Mark doesn't take them.
He doesn't take benefits.
But
there.
it follows the position.
But it's,
not
he follows the position.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Put the
You said that's
13.9.
a person or
If you
So,
hired,
roughly-
but
if you hired emergency manager there,
You'd have to
Wow.
have it. So if you budget it, but you never pull from it the following year,
yeah, then
it will go right back in. So
Then-
that's actually, I mean, I get it. It's a numbers game.
You
Yeah.
still
That's
have
all
to
it
budget
is.
it, right?
you
right.
still
You
have
still
to use
have
it because that's how. And some of your benefits, just like your vacation, different things like that, sick leave.
That's not included in this.
That's not none of that.
This is only FICA, SURF,
really?
medical.
Okay, all right. But that's what you got to look at.
And you do got to do. I mean, obviously, each office holder is. If you, and as an employee, if you don't like it, you know what I mean.
That's
I
it.
get it. I understand. I see it from all sides and all points of
Mhm.
view. I was just trying to give you guys a
No,
heads
no.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you might as well figure it'll be worse than that.
If we can go south, it's gonna go south.
Yeah, it will.
way south.
You have no idea what you get. So you'll be awful careful about what you do, especially on your own stuff.
And they're already for
Uh,
this year. They're already budgeted in for that 13.4. You know,
Mhm.
that's already all in there. So
Uh,
so you're looking at 210.
Glad to help.
Yes, yes.
This would be easier to see if the budget wasn't messed up with that extra person.
huh?
Yeah, it'd be more of a true number.
Right.
Yeah.
But wage wise, even pulling in subby, we budgeted 43,000 last year. It would be 43,250 with these numbers. Yeah, $250, and you get 20 more hours out of an employee. I mean,
I guess my first thought says, do they need another halftime?
As the office holder in charge of that office, I guess that's for you to decide, Jim.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
That's what I happen to know a little bit about the office, what they do. I don't care. I know what they're supposed to do.
could
There's
you
certain
come to
things-
my office and ask if I really needed that person full-time or
You needed
part-time?
that person.
Absolutely not.
I-
Yeah, but you have no authority over
No,
that.
I don't say so. I just
This
say you
position,
I do
you
have
do.
authority. That's what I'm saying.
So that's where
That's
that
what I'm
lies the
looking at.
difference.
That's where I'm looking at.
So
I guess that's.
that, I mean, ultimately, that's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I have no say on that.
Mother Joy out there,
Uh,
it's been gone
Has it?
ever since we started.
but-
The ceiling out here, all the plaster's gone. I just noticed it. I never looked up.
I mean, you're not in that office daily.
No,
You're
no,
not in that
no.
office.
I'm-
Just as a
and I'm-
person looking from the outside in, it's hard for me to say you don't need that second person. So it would be up to you to monitor that office because
Yeah.
you guys are the. And at some
I-
point, you have to trust your person that you hired for that position to make the decisions that are
I've
necessary for
I've
them.
had good people. I've had bad
Yeah,
people.
you've been burnt. You've been burnt. So
Hey, they can
But
say
you can't hold
everything.
it
they want,
over.
and then
Yeah,
never
but
in office.
that was an
I just-
extraordinary
Guess what?
situation.
We're not done with that yet.
Yeah,
And after hearing this other deal, I don't want to go through some of them. But anyway, it's just a pain.
But you can't not operate an office that somebody else is in charge of for fear that something like that might happen.
Right.
You've got to do the job.
I'll
You've
tell you
got
what,
to.
I guess we've had one, to me, top notch, Todd Sowerby.
Had what?
Todd Sowerby was probably the best emergency management director when he come from Whiteman.
I don't know, Todd.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
pretty
I
damn
don't
sure
know if I
Mark's
know
doing
that.
a hell
He
of a
was good.
job.
I think Mark's doing an amazing
And
job.
I think Mark's doing good. I think, like I say, what I'm kind of probably more concerned, I'm not trying to be mean about it or anything, but just like the text casting, doing all that. You know, text casting, doing everything. Where are we, where's the guidelines there? We haven't got it in when you look at the deeds. Have you looked at the duties of it? That's what.
I got a copy of
Yeah.
it someplace.
Look at them.
I
are we
see.
talking
I got-
text casting or his job
Well,
requirement?
check some of them. That's not in the job.
I do a heck of a lot of things that are not in my job
I was gonna
requirement.
say,
Do you think
I'm
vending
already
machine filler
Other
is the
duties
county
is
clerk's job?
assigned or presented.
Right.
I
Oh,
don't know.
you're overworked, Kelly.
Really, I
Okay.
put the soda in the soda machine
All right.
out of the goodness of my heart.
Okay.
We still need to
I think you need to.
possibly get closer to an answer on what we're going to do here.
The hardest decision that I think you have is: do you need another full-time
That's what
employee
I'm
in
saying.
the office? And
That's
that's
what
where
I-
he's questioning
That's what I
the
asked.
duties
I
and
don't
what we
think-
keep up with on a
What do
daily
we do,
basis.
and do we need a full time? Because that gets to
Well, let,
you
let
want to leave it, and you want to. If
me,
you're
let me put it this way. You can't ask Mark to do his job and then get upset with him when he's not in his office.
No.
Because
Well,
that's what, honestly, that's part of the issue. That's just one of many reasons that he actually needs two people is if he's out doing something, so he's doing whatever that is, floodplain, or a number of other things, you've always got somebody there.
the flood
So
plain deal.
that covers that. I think, I'm just going to say the PR work that Subby does just alone is worth having him
It's
in.
good. Oh yeah.
It is.
I think it's good to have.
You'd be hard pressed to find someone that Subby is your lovable, cuddly
Okay.
little bear that everybody likes.
our cubby.
He's ungodly smart when it comes to emergency or
He
to
can
the
do it.
weather.
He can
And
do
the
much
weather actually, Jim, plays a huge, huge role in emergency management. It does. I mean, it doesn't seem like it should until you get a tanker out here that starts leaking and somebody wants to know which way the wind's blowing. I mean, and Mark's sharp, but I'm going to tell you, Mark hasn't got a clue about the weather part of it. It makes our emergency man. It's like everything else, like we were just talking about. This county, from whenever, needs to start trying to look excellent in everything that they do, because excellence breeds excellence. And that, I think, is going to make a big difference when you've got two of them down there, one of them handling one side of it and one of them handling the other side of it. You're covered.
Okay.
I don't think Mark would ask
figure
for
out.
I don't think
A
you'd ask for
full-time
something.
employee if he didn't think he needed it.
Right, right.
And
Okay.
Also, financially, if you look, if they're paying 50% of subby's wages, we're already paying
Okay.
what he would be, and then making it what we would be, and making it full time.
Right.
We're not taking a risk there. And then if that disappears, okay, well
Then
now
we're
you're back to
back
part
to
time, and we're
part-time.
still paying the same
Yeah.
money that we were
Roll with it.
before. So just
And I think-
look at it with that viewpoint, Jim, too, as far as the money goes.
not seeing everything
Right.
from the past to try to keep weighing in. I understand that, but I'm just thinking if we're mentioning even hiring another janitorial custodian or whatever, Mark could probably use somebody to help him out more than to keep that office.
I really don't think there's a way to measure that,
Right.
because you wouldn't know. Like
Right.
you're not in Rick's office, so you don't know
Fair
what his
enough.
workflow is. So you can't
Right.
say Mark
Right.
needs that person more than Rick does, because you just don't know what's
You
going
don't know
on.
what's
in the
going on. It may
office.
be from day to day different. things.
Right. And
Yeah.
what might be busy in my office in November, right now in August, we're kind of, we're cleaning, we're doing filing,
But
we're
you
doing.
know it's gonna. Yeah, I see what your point is.
So just because it looks like we're really busy right now, or Mark may have a few months of really heavy work, it's not necessarily going to always be that way.
No.
And then you can't pinpoint
No.
when or how. You know
Just
what I
like
mean?
the floodplain, you
Yeah.
can't pinpoint that because you
No.
don't know what else is going to take
No.
place. A lot of things should have been done over the last 50 years, and now that it's all into effect, you have to go back and try to do some of that, and that's where. But it's still, it's going to be there. Same as doing different things. Like I said, a lot of stuff you can pull out the budget. I can try to make it. What I'm trying to do is my bottom line. I want to come out like the rest of the offices. If I can pull some out of this stuff to beef up there, that's going to help that, because then you got reasons for why you're doing it. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at last year's budget, trying to figure out how to make us all work and make it work for the right thing. And that's what you got to do, because for us, yes, we're looking at wages, but then you got to look at the rest of it too. And I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of other bills coming in that we don't know, because at the end result, I'm in charge of that office. That's the bad thing. I mean, I've dealt with it. I've had to be the emergency manager after 3 or 4 months, and it's not. Yes, but a lot of things change. Different counties are different too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, like Benton County, one of the commissioners was the emergency manager. And he done it. He's qualified. He can do it. Any one of us can get the Sims and NIMS and get it. But
I think
it's not going to run like this one.
Right.
And we've got it up. I just don't want to get too far carried away with it, getting into some of this
And that's
political
fair.
stuff and going out that you don't. You got a guideline of what you need to do. You need a certain amount, but you don't want to be 100% of it out here show and tell. What he's supposed to be, if something happens, know who to get a hold of. That's it. Just like her, and just like being gone out of the office, put a sign up when you got gone. Everybody reads it and they know exactly where you're at. And you got a phone number. And that works too. All I say is put something up there so
I
nobody.
think he's got to sign up when he's not there.
Yeah, I think
doesn't
they do. I hope they do. Cause like I said, if both of them are gone, all they need to do is put something on the door. People know and they can come back or they can call later. Because that's the only time, and that's what I tried to get down here. If you're gonna be gone. sign
That's
up.
a no.
I'm
Right.
gonna
No,
be
that,
gone.
and that's, I
And
will
I
tell
don't
you,
think
every
it's
time
too
I
much
go,
to ask.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think they're
same-
gonna have a problem.
It's
doing
same
that.
as down here if you're not, but usually everybody else knows if he is, but if you're gone, just stick a note up around the door, gone to lunch. Cause just like the other day, I tried to track him down and the door was locked. Come find out he's going to dinner with Scott. Well, both of them was gone. And just stick a sign in. And at noon hour, I don't have any trouble anyway. Close it for 30 minutes or an hour, 30
Right.
minutes or whatever they get. An hour, when you get an hour or whatever. You give it employees. But anyway, that's what you gotta look at. And I'm just trying to get along with everything and try
Right.
to make a budget. I'm not trying because
The budget is what I'm concerned
yeah,
about.
and I just like here.
Like you mean, bottom
Well,
line.
honestly, and
That's
it's
what
just me, but I think it doesn't matter who you are in the courthouse. When you have a budget, I think this is just me, like I said, I think they should come in, sit down right here and go over it with all three of us so that they explain to us, you know, it's like Mark's, this computer software, $12,000. So I want to know, okay, you really think you're going to use that?
Hey.
If you do, I'm cool with
That
it.
happens in
The-
November and December
Yeah,
when we're
yeah.
doing the
Okay,
budget.
I was
because
actually gonna ask
but
that's-
most of it,
I think
just-
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because
But they don't, I will tell you, they don't necessarily come in up here. So if the office holder will come into our office typically,
Yeah.
they'll have a sit down with Rick. They'll go through each line
Yeah.
and talk about what
And-
this is for, why this is here, and then Rick will present them to you and explain to you what this was for, why this was here,
okay.
and before you. So
Because
that
I know
does
that
happen.
The
then-
last go around,
and
it
then-
was like,
he,
That
Sign on
happened
the
after
dotted
the first. That happened
And
after
I'm
the
like,
first of
okay,
the
cool.
year. So we're required. The budget has to lay a certain amount of time,
Right.
10 days.
and so for us to
Yeah.
pay our bills in
Yeah.
January, that budget has to be done as quickly as possible.
Possible.
Or the only thing we can do is payroll in January,
Payroll,
which
that's
then
it.
messes everything up.
Sure.
The quicker we have that done, and why when you came in here it was like that's normal. That wasn't something that was, oh, here comes the new commissioners, let's get them to sign this. That's absolutely normal that we're trying to approve that budget the first week of January. There's a lot of counties who don't, and they
Right.
wait till the end of January,
Well, Rick
and they
did
can't
say,
pay anything except for payroll. But I mean, it's an option.
well, I know, like I said, I think.
I got it
you
too.
Yeah, we got it early, but I'm like.
Well, not being here, he wasn't here for
Mark-
the daily,
First,
Yeah,
the explanations and the
Right.
things that go on with
Right.
that.
first
But
thing, as far as I'm concerned, just like us, look at the bottom lines. And no, Kelly's not great, but she's been around long enough, just like she's responsible for the money. And let me tell you something, if you jump all the budgets 10%, bottom line, she's got to figure out what she's gonna do,
Right.
because pretty soon, you aren't gonna have any money. I mean, I don't care, let a few things happen, it'll be gone. And it doesn't take long to shell out $1 million anymore.
oh, no.
And that's what.
And
you gotta
it's
worry about.
easier to do office by office.
Yeah.
And you've got to
See what
You
that's
don't-
like.
you've got a blanket amount
Right.
that okay, we're probably going to grow by
Yes.
3% this year,
Yeah.
and then but some of them aren't going to need it, some of them
Right.
are, some of them
Right.
aren't. So it
That's-
kind of
that's what you
balances
look
out
at.
in the end.
But the main thing you wanna look at when you're a commissioner is that bottom line down here. Cause if you can't go in every, just like I said, you can't go in every office and pick like what we're doing here. That's altogether different than looking at the commission. I'm talking about all the offices. You need to look at what they done on the bottom line. Cause that's the line that judges us, is the bottom line. You could care less. They're going to figure out where they're going to get the money to pay the wages, just like us. I'm looking at the bottom line, trying to match like if I was the office holder, where am I going to get the money to try to make all that fit together and not look bad either?
Looking
Yeah,
at
it is.
Mark's budget, he's in great shape.
Well, yeah,
He's in
that
great
one
shape.
helped you on a lot. One. Anyway, there's no doubt what we can do. But then, like I say, you gotta look at time. And I'll agree, everybody needs it, but you can't jump everybody 20%.
No.
While we're on the budget discussion, if you guys don't mind, I had Scott come over and, we've been talking about this muddiness here. And we had asked about the GIS and who was in charge of it and if he didn't want. So I just had Scott come over and I said, this is what we want to know. Are you wanting to be in charge of GIS? If you're not, what is our plan? Who is going to take that over? And he told me, I don't mind doing it. I needed an extra person because I couldn't get my assessment stuff done using a person for GIS and addressing. Okay. So, which I 100% understand. He said he doesn't mind it being tied to his office, but he couldn't use his people because he is not statutorily required to do that. I did a poll. I asked some of my LEAs, and it was all over. Most of them were the assessor. A lot of them, the county clerks even did the addressing in their office or had GIS in their office. 911 had GIS in their office. Some was part the assessor and part 911. It was a mess. Nobody's doing it consistently across the state. So having it in the assessor's office makes a lot of sense to me, as that's what we all talked about too.
Common sense.
So I just asked Scott, are you cool with taking this as this is your deal? And he said, yeah, I just needed that extra person. Couldn't use my assessment staff. So my proposal to you guys, and something I want you to be thinking about, is at one point in the budget, and I already looked it up and we can do it again, we had a GIS fund under general revenue, just like emergency management, but it was called GIS and addressing. We had that at one point because we had a separate person who did that, and then it all just kind of got together. I would like to reactivate that fund, pull this employee out of emergency management into the GIS, pull GIS expenses out of Scott's office and put into the GIS so it could. We are going to have to fund that. We are currently funding it as the county, except for some of those GIS expenses that are getting done in the assessor's office. Now, it needs to be separate from the assessor. It needs to be separate from the assessment. That includes programming, training. If they're going to GIS training, the assessor's office shouldn't be paying for that out of their assessment fund. So I would like to reinstate a GIS fund, kind of like the county clerk. It's all under GR. We're already paying this, or we already
Is
have
it going to
this.
be in the assessor's budget?
No, sir.
You're
It's
gonna
going
have
to be in
You
GR.
got a separate individual.
That would clean it
Supervise.
up.
Yes.
Definitely.
Who's going to
Yeah.
supervise?
Scott is still going to supervise, just like he did before.
There'll be an office under his.
Yes. Well, it would be
Well-
a fund under his, but it won't be tied to the assessor. It will be GIS and addressing, not assessor.
Okay.
It would be the assessor. And Scott has willingly said, yes, I will be over
That would
that
clean it up.
portion.
Does he need a full-time person for that job?
Yes,
Okay, that's all I was asking.
according to him, which we've already got budgeted. It's just in emergency management for some
Okay,
reason.
then pull that out.
Great idea.
You're going to have to pull it out. Then that's going to change all this stuff.
Right.
Because
Just like Eric, we're putting him.
Scott will be in charge of it. Will be in charge of decide how much the person's paid an hour.
Yes.
Scott will still be in charge of that too.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if-
I just
To be an employee under
Here's,
Scott.
here's the thing,
That's what I'm saying.
y'all.
You're getting in.
Scott's going to use him for a little of both, probably.
well, Scott's employee.
No, I know it. Scott's employee, but he'll use him for his other assessment.
Finish up, Kelly.
I don't even know what to say. So Scott is willing to do it.
Yeah.
I would like to clean that up and move over
I think-
GIS.
He's going to
Uh,
have to do something to separate it out anyway for the assessor fund.
it needs to be separate.
it's
It
gotta be
needed to be separate from emergency management. It needs to be separate from the assessment
Right.
fund. Number one, emergency management and the assessment fund are both state reimbursed offices. So if we're muddying it, we're making it harder on ourselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When I think I can pull all of that out, put it in this nice little package, we are committing as the county to fund that because that will then, Scott won't be getting reimbursement money for that. But we're doing it anyways. It's,
Right.
it's not
Right.
that
It's all in the office.
we're basically just taking it out of
Putting it in one place.
and putting it in one
someplace
place.
All he's
instead of
doing is making another line under his.
Who was doing the GIS before?
John Gover,
Yep.
several years ago. Shoot, John's
That
been
was-
gone a couple of years,
yeah.
but
Well, I mean,
2018-ish. That's it.
Yeah.
So it was being done in Scott's office. He didn't have the manpower to do his assessor stuff and the GIS and addressing that needed to be done.
Okay.
So that's why he was like, "We've got to get this. I
Addressing
need my
got a
people
lot.
for my job that has to be done, not this one that I've taken on voluntarily."
I think
Does that
it'd
make
be a good
sense?
idea.
yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't know who in
Yeah.
his office was doing the GIS.
It cleans it up.
Like,
See, when
prior
Like
to-
Doug and
Doug.
Luke
okay,
were just doing whatever that they could do.
That's fine.
When you got a new address, you kind of went and seen Doug, whereas now you have a person
Yeah.
that you can go down to. Would also be great if downstairs, since that's where we've moved this person, on the outside door, if it said emergency management and GIS, it needs to be its own little
And that would help out
Entity.
for
entity,
expanding.
whatever.
When
Okay.
somebody come down there, if they're gonna be gone, tell that person if he's gonna be there 8 hours a day, or 6 hours, or 5 hours.
Well, you can't guarantee that
No,
mapping and
no.
addressing is going to be in the office either, because
No.
that might not be.
But they'd
you
know
he'll
when
be
somebody
happy.
was there. You could just
I
tell 'em.
I haven't been down there once. The mapping GS I has been down there, so I figure he's been out working doing something.
Well,
Well, he was using him for assessments,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
I mean, that's his employee. We talked about that. This guy needs to be this. And,
it's kind of like what was going on a few days. You see Scott and Mark running around together, assessing. That's parts.
okay,
Um,
I worked in the
oh,
collector's office for a week because they needed
Somebody
help.
needed help. That's right.
Okay, they needed my help. They were in a pickle,
yeah,
The assessor's office on election day when Rick decided to get the Rona in the November 2020 election,
yeah.
the assessor's office sent me employees.
Yeah.
They worked in my
Right.
office all day long.
That's
Come on,
what
You
yeah.
you pick
Help
it
each
up.
other.
You've got to
Yeah.
help each other
We
out.
help each other. I
There's
mean,
nothing wrong with that. It's
That's what I'm
not.
saying.
No,
If
no.
you're sitting down there and somebody comes in, well, they're going, that's
Yeah.
all got down. That's all I'm saying. It's just common courtesy because when people come in the courthouse, they want something after seeing a note.
So we can wrap this
Yes.
because I got to be somewhere at 1.
Oh.
But
Well,
what does everybody think about? And I don't care number wise. Somebody wants to change numbers or whatever. I'm just thinking that, like I said, if it's covered, it shows that we're trying to. We appreciate what Mark's done. I know Mark will go along with subbing definitely because he already said he'd like to be full time. I think it's going to fall within the budget. I don't think it's necessarily going to be an issue there, but we've got till Friday, and I hate to wait till Thursday to do this because now you're rushing. If something happens and Mark doesn't get his paperwork in for some reason, now we're hosed for the whole time.
I do have one comment. If we're not looking to do this year, this is our fiscal year.
Right.
We're looking to do this beginning January 1st. Just realize also while we're thinking about this number that the commissioners are most likely going to give a COLA at the end of the year. They give a
that stuff's got-
percentage.
yeah,
So that would already be included in this.
right.
Right. So when you're thinking about this at the beginning of the year, if the commissioners give a 3% COLA, it's most likely going to fall under this number anyways. just realized that also was going to happen at the first of the year. So this isn't such a big jump
Right.
that as
But
it
it's
looks
gonna
like.
fall somewhere.
Okay.
Does that
It's
make
gotta-
sense? Because they would be getting that at some point anyways. Also,
Or good night.
another
Is it good
thing,
night or more?
another thing to think
I wanna know
about
how you
is
do that.
when we give, everything's done on your anniversary date, not beginning January 1st.
Yeah, it's gonna,
So that's also something that we need to think about. So whatever their anniversary, when even the COLA, when I get a COLA, I don't get it until my anniversary date. It's not a first of the year raise. So
That's right.
also
Cost of living it.
something to think about
Mhm.
when we're making these decisions. So
Hey, just real quick, and I just finished up with the class that I had to take online, but I was hearing bits and pieces, and I was texting Mark while everybody was talking. I thought this might be maybe the best time of any, as I had kind of written when we were contemplating about doing some stuff for the county for some mitigation here about 6 months ago. I kind of wrote a, if you want to call it a little speech maybe. It's not very long, but it kind of highlights kind of what our department does. And after hearing what you guys are contemplating, now granted, I understand Mark's shot for the moon. You know, I guess I was a little bit, I guess, disheartening kind of a couple of statements that you made, Jim, and it made me kind of feel that it kind of made me feel like that maybe this is a good time for me to present this that I wrote like 6 months ago. And all I want you to do is just listen to what I have to say. It'll be about 2 minutes long, and then I'll get out of your hair. Okay. First off, thanks for allowing me to be able to talk to you guys on short notice. But I'd like to take a few moments to talk about something that affects each and every one of us, whether we think about it daily or not, and that is emergency management. You see, emergencies do not wait for a convenient time, they strike suddenly. Floods, fires, and as Mark and I discovered back on May 19th, tornadoes and severe weather, chemical spills, cyber attacks, and even pandemics. And when they do, they don't just affect individuals, they affect entire communities. Families, schools, businesses, public services, and critical infrastructure. That's why emergency management is not optional. It's essential for any community. At its core, emergency management is about preparedness, coordination, and resilience. It's a system that brings together first responders, government officials such as yourselves, healthcare workers, utility companies, volunteers, and the community to respond quickly and effectively when disaster strikes. In this county, emergency management plays a crucial role in identifying risks unique to our area, whether it's severe weather, industrial hazards at Schreiber, or transportation incidents. B, educating the public, helping families create emergency plans, prepare supply kits, and understand warning systems. We brought forth the Everbridge system, which has been a wonderful addition to the county. You will not ever understand the amount of people that have walked up to me and have said that it has saved their life. I had a young lady that lived by Uncle Gabby Cabins that told me and sent me a picture of her brown recliner she sits into every night. She was watching my live stream, and I told them, we're not under a warning, but you probably ought to go ahead and take your tornado precaution. She grabbed her dog, she grabbed her purse, she went downstairs. She heard the commotion. She came back upstairs, and that chair that she was sitting in, watching TV, had a broken piece of 2x4 that went through the side of their house and into that chair. Educating the public, of course, helping families create emergency plans, prepare supply kits, and understanding warning systems. C, coordinating response efforts, making sure fire, police, EMS, hospitals, shelters work together seamlessly. We have done that. We have brought the entire county together for meetings at the and Mark, you've been to a couple of them. We bring the entire county together and we lay out a disaster in front of them. What are you going to do as dispatch? What are you going to do as the sheriff's department? What are you going to do with Missouri Highway Patrol? This is what emergency management is going to do in this case. Protecting vulnerable populations, the elderly, disabled, those without transportation or housing. Helping our community recover, very important. Supporting rebuilding efforts, mental health services after a crisis. Every dollar that we invest in emergency management saves lives, protects property, and reduces long-term recovery costs. In fact, studies show that for every $1 spent in disaster mitigation, we save $6 or more in future damages. But emergency management isn't just about government action. It's also about community resilience. We all have to play a part. Whether it's checking on a neighbor during a storm, volunteering at a shelter, or simply staying informed. And that's exactly what I do with social media. I keep our community informed so that they can be protected. Small actions can save lives. So let's support the work of our emergency management office. Let's stay prepared. Let's work together to ensure that when disaster strikes, and it will, gentlemen, it definitely will, our county is ready to respond, recover, and rebuild stronger than ever.
Well,
Very good.
Thank you, Sally.
Thanks, Subby.
Subby, don't get me wrong, some of the things I say, I'm thinking of several different things while I'm working on it. If you've been listening to what I was looking at, is the rest of it, what we can make work. And I'm trying to put all of it together.
I understand.
And in my case,
I understand.
I've got two places I got to look, just like Peeps. I appreciate you. You know how I feel about that.
Just noticed.
Because at one time I went to emergency management complete. And that's where I had it. But I didn't get it that way. And that's why I had to live with what I got. But I'm also trying to, I want to put the numbers together and make everything work.
And I totally understand economics, and I totally understand the
and I know,
but at the same time, we can't do everything that I just mentioned sitting in front of a computer screen. We have to be out in the public. I went to 18 schools this year around our area to teach them about weather safety, to protect them, what the schools should do in case of a disaster. We need to be doing those things. We need that outreach. That is part of emergency management.
All right. Okay. All right.
So,
I'm listening.
all right.
Get me wrong. No.
All right.
Thanks, Subby.
We didn't even get our bills gone through.
No.
Well, we went into the
Closed session.
yeah.
I should have said something.
That's what you get. That's what
I
you get.
kept on thinking I'll get those as soon as we get done talking.
Well-
but we got on one to another, and I
That's your
dropped the
video.
ball. So that's
We had a lot to get through today.
Can I have some of it?
you bet.
I
Go
still
for it.
have some things. I will ask real quick before you leave, Mark. I know you've got places to be. The sheriff had sent me a quote and said, "Hey, Aaron, which is Richardson, he's our head of security here, needs these things upgraded for the courthouse." And it's our panic button alarm system. So there's something when this was put in 18, 17.
It was
The
the
panic
new
buttons.
ones, these,
Yes.
and we got trouble
I
setting
don't
them.
remember what year they were put in.
Yeah, but
Um,
these the ones he's talking about, isn't it?
Yes, the panic buttons
Are they,
in the courthouse. It's not the buttons themselves, it's the transmission, it's the radio that these buttons go to. And I was doing some testing on mine in our office when we replaced all our computers. When it goes out over the radio, I just happen to be listening. It's all static. You can't hear. I mean, you kind of catch what office, but that's about as clear as it is. And Aaron said they had somebody in looking at it, trying to fix it, but it just automatically goes back to static. So they're needing to upgrade their radio system in the courthouse security for the panic buttons. And so they've got a quote. It's well under what we have to bid out. It's just the upgrades that they need to have done. So here is that quote. When we purchased the panic buttons, we paid for it out of capital improvements because it was an improvement to the courthouse.
Yep.
When we've upgraded, we've paid for it out of buildings and grounds. There is no security line anymore in the courthouse in the budget, so it would have to come out of courthouse buildings and grounds or repair and upkeep of the courthouse or something like that. While it is law enforcement focused, it is something for the courthouse. So.
Do we have to make a motion?
No, I just wanted to, because you guys are ultimately in charge of improvements at the courthouse. I just need to give a yes or a no, so that and that we'll pick up that with the courthouse budget. So. Nope, it doesn't need a motion. It's just a quote on buying something.
We need to
Yeah, we need
make
to.
make it happen.
How much is it?
$1,200. I mean,
Yeah,
less than-
$1,134.16.
No, for
Oh,
the
way
radio.
more money than that. That's our problem.
Basically, I was just wondering if that was going to be an expense of ours or if it's going to be a sheriff's expense, and I think it's an expense of the courthouse. So, as it always previously has been, and I do believe that's where it belongs.
Makes sense to me. This one here's got tax on it for MVP glass,
Let me see what you got.
$15.18.
Was it something that was put on a card?
I don't know.
I'll have to look at it. So I'll tell you. One more thing to come through, and then I'll leave you alone. This is the recorder's monthly fees. We do have senior citizen tax
Laminate.
applications, but we don't have.
That's probably that one that the rock went
So
through.
good. There you go.
Have to hurry. We'll do those Thursday.
Yeah, they got tax on it. They need to take that tax off, Kelly.
I'll look at it. Let's see what you want. Is it being paid straight to MVP?
I understand the way it looks like.
Sure is. Okay. We will resubmit this one
Okay.
Thursday. Sometimes if they pay with a credit card, we're kind of held on paying the tax, but it looks like this was paid directly. Sorry, you didn't catch that?
That's okay.
Mark,
Better go.
Hope you don't have to go to the city.
No, I gotta go sign some papers.
Oh,
Out of the office. Signing my life away.
did you get my message about
Yes, I did. Actually, that's a paper these. Those. You Kelly gave it?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was very clear about the busted out spot. They've actually got paid.
Yep, that's it.
Well, it's already paid for. They're just waiting for the company to come back and fix it.
Okay.
So we don't want to go and find another company and
Yeah,
double.
double it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
So did we decide what we're gonna do?
For Mark's.
Yeah.
I want to look at it. I can't help it. I want to look at it a little bit. I want to talk to him a bit.
Okay.
I
Just
really,
we got to
I
make
wanna-
sure though that we
I'll
got
go
it.
down and do it today.
Yeah. Get
I'm
it.
going
get
down
it
there in a
done.
minute. That's all I'm going. I want to visit. Because I think some of those things kind of came through a little wrong. I'm going to fix it.
That works. See
We're
y'all
done,
Thursday.
though.
Y'all gotta make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
I knew I wasn't gonna be hard to
Motion
get one
been
of you
made
to do
and
it.
seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Sorry for that.
See y'all Thursday.
See ya, guys. Chaotic day.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Ultimately, in the end, I have no say over what you pay emergency management. The same way I have no say over what Scott hires in an individual. So,
And Kelly,
this
that's
is
some of
where your money's at. This
but-
is the money you have, and that's
my
what you
big
can do
thing
with
is just like us. I got to get when we're looking at the budget. You don't want to look the first thing off is salaries down there. You better look at the bottom figure. And you've already had to look at all that to look at things, to say it's all in line or not. Because if you notice everybody's way up, whatever you got to do, you got to have to figure out. Because
And
that's
I'm currently doing that.
that's right.
And that's why we're amending a budget. But like I said, ultimately, in the end, you are the office.
Yes.
The same way with the assessor's office. If the assessor comes over and says, I'm giving my employee so-and-so $1
I
raise,
agree.
I give the employee $1 raise. There's nothing
Right.
ultimately in the end if it's in your budget, which is the same way it happened with Scott when he come in and told me he was hiring somebody. Do you have it in your budget? Yes, it's budgeted.
Okay.
Okay. I can't say yes or no,
Right.
but you guys at this point
Can say yes or no.
can say because it's your office.
I'm with you.
So
I'm concerned about the amount for subby compared, like you said, someone being here 10 years.
jump.
Yeah, because Road and Bridge,